Okay, hopefully we're filming. Hopefully the mic's working. This is a test video. We'll see if the mic is functioning properly, because I've got an external mic now running into the helmet, and to make sure the angle of the camera is where I like it. Now it's on the top of my head, forehead angle, because I can't gauge on the chin on this helmet. I'll show you one day, and a reflection or something. But anyway, this is the Talaria XXX X3. Some people call it, I quite like the name X3 because it's got 3 X's. Yeah, isn't that just amazing? But anyway, the idea of this test today, because what I haven't tested is how the mic sounds when I'm getting along. So let's just have a little mooch about this local park here and see how it sounds as I'm riding. So I need to keep talking. Little park here in a town called Newcastle-under-Lyme, which is adjacent to Stoke-on-Trent city. People might know that more. Here in the Midlands in England. Probably should mention what country I'm in, I suppose. So yeah, we're in England. Stoke-on-Trent. Well, we're not, but pretty much. And I want to start making some videos of me bombing about on the X3. Now what my idea is, if this mic sounds good and the angle's good enough anyway, and it's not even all the wind, it's in the thingamabobby, the mic. Oh, we've got a rock climbing thing going on, loads of teenagers, and there's a police officer as well. I think it's community police though, so we should be okay. I got a helmet on, you can't see my face. I mean, this is the off-road version, but as long as I'm not hooning around like an absolute dickhead, I should be okay. So we'll carry on. He's having a little look. I think most people enjoy it. Ah, where was I? Oh yeah, thinking about making videos. Now, if you watch a lot of videos with people on Churons and Talarias and whatever else, these cool e-bikes. There's a legend out there named John X, and he rides around LA, California, showing you all the places that you wouldn't necessarily go on holiday. So what I'm thinking of doing is something very similar, showing you all the places of Stoke-on-Trent that you've got no reason to come on holiday to. You know, they're not so good areas. I don't think anybody comes to Stoke-on-Trent on holiday, to be fair. But the way it works here, in Stoke-on-Trent city, it's made up of 6 towns. So I'm going to try and do videos on each town. Now it's going to be a little bit ropey, because that's going to require a lot of road. Now there's loads of little parks and off-roady bits and trails. There isn't much around in the UK for that, but there'll be a lot of road work, street work, and it's got to be a little bit careful of the police, I suppose. But my idea is, if they're around and they're not too chuffed, I'll just ride away. That's that, isn't it? So that's my idea. So there's 6 towns in Stoke-on-Trent. I'll try and remember them all. It's only 6. So you've got Hanley, you've got Stoke actually, Stoke itself, Stoke town, Stoke's 1, Stoke, Hanley, Stoke, Hanley, how many times am I going to say Stoke and Hanley? Stoke, Hanley, Fenton, I think, Longton, Burslem, and what's the other one? I said Fenton, haven't I? Anyway, there's 6. Hanley it's called. Now, the mother town of all these is Burslem. Of course, Stoke-on-Trent is famous for its pottery. Was, anyway. World famous, in fact. But, well, that industry's pretty much gone, as most things in the UK have now. So that's its mother town. It's not the biggest town, though, or the most impressive, really. It's got all the pottery buildings and stuff, and factories and warehouses. It does look quite nice, and has a bit of history. But the biggest town is probably Hanley. You'd think Stoke would be pretty impressive, wouldn't you? Stoke-on-Trent, the city, Stoke, the town. No, it's not really. It's probably the worst. Probably. Of course, like many towns, You know, they've been hit by poverty, drugs, whatever else, but it's not all bad. It's not all good. It's not all bad. You know, it's got its nice little areas. It's got its not so good areas. Now, when these towns are all made up of villages, now I'm not going to go bombing around all these towns and explaining that, you know, it's not a history lesson. It's not a geography lesson about the UK and its towns and cities and whatever else. It's just me bombing around on this, showing you what it kind of looks like from my point of view, by just cruising around, and see if we can bump into anything interesting on our journey. So yeah, that's this will be my introductory video of what I'm thinking of doing on this, and I might do a review, and you know, if I do any upgrades, blah 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 blah. But it's not going to be me bombing around like an absolute pillock. I'll be on eco most of the time because I'm in no rush. You know, I'm in no rush to do anything really, no rush to get anywhere or really do anything. So, well, for now, we're in a town called Newcastle-under-Lyme. There's no city here. It's not big enough to be called a city, so it's got a little test video. Let's see how this works. God, I can barely see them. I'm not going to mention all the villages I'm in. All I'm going to say is the town that I'm in. So I'm in Newcastle-under-Lyme at the moment, and it's, you know, I'm going to say it's massive. I just can go find a little bit of dirt, not off-road, you know, it's not giving anything mental, because it's only me a little test video to see how everything comes out. I want to see if the angle of my camera's good, I want to see if my voice is good. So I'm going to get up to a bit of speed down this road on sport mode to see how that sounds. Now hopefully that sounds alright. Hopefully don't get no wind, because if we do, I don't really know what else to do. Now we are touching 40 plus mile an hour now. Lots of wind into my face. Let's see how that is, or if I'm even talking loud enough. I don't know, but we will find out. Now the speedo is quite accurate. Anybody who knows anything about the Talaria and this little system here, you can alter the gear ratios. Now they're always set one too high from the factory, making you believe that the bike's faster than it really is. I've knocked it down one, and it's around 1 or 2 mile an hour accurate now to GPS. So I don't need GPS. This is fairly accurate now. It tops out about 45. About 45 back into eco now. Not because I can't sport mode all this, I just don't want to. Because I'm just chilling, man, just chilling. So we're here. Little place. This is a place called Apdale actually, and in Newcastle, and it's a fairly big area. Loads of little trails here, there, and everywhere. You can spend half a day here. Well, no, probably not actually. Probably spend a good few hours here, just bombing about, which I will show on a separate video one day. But this is again just a test video, so everything is. Oh, look at him here. Oh, it's a race, does he? Morning, afternoon. Pretty sure it's the afternoon now. It's been the afternoon for a while. So yeah, and what you'll find through this adventure, especially in the towns themselves, when I'm doing a lot of street and road work, the amount of fucking Karens, man. Oh, you get some, love it. Oh, what's that? It's amazing. Woo! You get some, you're not supposed to be here on that. Oh, it's just like, am I really doing that much harm? Really? Because I'm always very considerate. But you'll get them, and you'll see them. You'll get that many actually over the course of these videos that I'll do of Stoke-on-Trent. I bet I can make a video on just Karens. So there's a way to go down there. It's a huge area of woods down there. It's actually quite good. Some of it's a bit sketchy actually. I'm not really up to the skills, but you'll see, because I'm not very good on this, and I'm not very fit, and I'm not very strong, so it's going to be quite funny at times. Like even this here, I'm not going to go this way today because I'm only on, what, 46%, so I'm not going to go, and look how it's really wet in there. And I've only just give this a mammoth cleaning, siliconed it, everything, it's gleaming. And I won't get all muck it up just for the sake of 10 minutes riding. But anyway, see these wooden sleepers here? Even that this bike isn't very heavy. Even that, I find a pain in the arse. And you'll see. And you'll, no doubt, find it very funny. Right, we'll just head back now a little bit. I'll just try and keep on talking about some random shit. Dodge all these little potholes here because I don't want to get the bike dirty. So yeah, Stoke-on-Trent, 6 towns. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be 6 videos. I think each town is going to be multiple of videos because I'm not going to go too fast for them. And I might come across something interesting or funny or who knows, who knows. Like I say, and it's for the rest of the world to see what these cities look like. Because, like I say, you've got no reason coming on holiday. No reason. Who's going to come here? Right here, like here in Newcastle. Newcastle under Lyme. Remember, this is not Jordanland. Newcastle upon Tyne is further up north. Here in the middle, this little town's called Newcastle under Lyme. And unless you've got family here, really, well, you know, if you're a foreigner, let's say, you got really no reason to ever want to go, oh, you know where shall we go on holiday? Ooh, let's go Newcastle under Lyme in England, because it's beautiful. Which is, some parts are really nice, but not for a vacation, let's say. Alright, oh, a sport mode up here, we need a bit of speed. We're all getting up back now. Again, let's see how that wind is with the mic. Hopefully it's good and I can crack on making videos. Oh, one more thing. Another problem again come across doing all these videos, because I just gathered by now, I live in United Kingdom, in England, and it's summertime right now. The date is August the 1st. I think it's August the 1st today. You know, we haven't had much of a summer yet. And it's now summer, it's supposed to be peak. This is peak times. It is cloudy as fuck and it looks like it's going to rain any second. We've had rain every single day for weeks, so that limits the chances of getting out. Now, I can wear waterproofs, yeah. The bike should be able to cope with a bit of rain, but it's just miserable and it's just not very fun, so I won't be doing that. So videos might not come out very quickly, if at all, if I even go ahead and do this properly, because you know what's probably going to happen, don't you? I can go out to the first town, oh look at this is great, yeah, and get pulled over and the police will catch me somehow. I don't know how they could, because they're going to have to literally ram me off the road, you know. I'm not going to stop and chat with them just from pick my bike up and put it in the compound, you know. And they don't know who I am, I've got no plates or nothing, they can't just ride away. You don't even have to ride away fast, just ride away. Because they won't chase. As long as you're not being an absolute nuisance, I don't think they're really going to care. I have been past a few since I've had this, and they don't generally do anything unless they have to. If that makes sense. But the law is pretty shit hot in this country. You're only allowed 250 watts pedal assisted. I believe this is because it's the, let's call it the European spec, not the unicycle awesome American spec that you lot get over there in America anyway. It peaks around 5,000 watts. That's way above the 250, and obviously it's got pegs and no pedals, so it's a motorcycle, so it needs tax, insurance and blah 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 blah, which we're not going to have. So as long as we're on to complete pellic, I think we're going to be okay. If it doesn't rain. So if it rains, I ain't getting out in no rain. Right, let's go. We're going to head back to the park now. And then that's about it really. For testing anyway, because I could do this for another hour probably in eco mode. Or the angle's not very good, or my mic ain't working very well for whatever reason. I'm doing all this for nothing, but it is supposed to be a test. Now I should have just come out of the house, bombed up to 45 mile an hour, see how the mic was and how the angle of the camera is, and go and check it. But I didn't. I haven't. I've been out a bit longer than I wanted to, so yeah. I haven't got a name for myself either. I don't know what to call myself. So I'm going to start a new channel. I'll think of a name, but I'll get around to that, and hopefully I could show the world a little bit of Stoke-on-Trent. and in all its glory. How about that? We're gonna go this way. And there we go. It's gonna be fun. Because these bikes are pretty awesome. To be fair, it's just awesome just cruising around, you know. You don't have to ride like a motocross fucking knobhead, you know. You just gotta chill. Like here now. I mean, I can't go past him quick, can I? Thank you. Look at beautiful dogs, beautiful. But thank you. Let's get on this little bit of dirt here. Oh, look at this! Oh, it's amazing. There we go. I didn't want to get it dirty, but oh well. This is steeper than it looks. Well, it's not steep, but it's, you know, it's still steeper than it looks on the camera now. Everybody knows the cameras, they don't do anything justice, so. Which I already know a few places where we've got some crazy hill climbs. You'll end up seeing me fall off many times. Yeah, it's gonna be good fun. That's down here. Oh, a little path ends. And it goes down a little dirty track. I'm not getting down there, I don't get dirty. Remember? I've just cleaned him. Him, her, don't know if it's a he or a she yet. She is very slender. So I reckon we'll go with it's a lady. Oh, I've only got fucking mud on it now. Oh, there we go. I don't actually want to go back yet. I want to park up somewhere and I might go back to one of them benches and just have a little sit down, have a look at her, have a stare at her. She's lovely. Let me show you. I'll show you around a little bit. Like I say, it's not a review. It's not a, oh look at me, my new bike. This is about me having my new bike and starting a new channel and showing the world a bit of Stoke-on-Trent. And you never know if they do. If I get into it a bit. And once I've completed Stoke-on-Trent, there's many cities and towns in England that I could show you. Or even a bit further afield, like Wales, Scotland, anything like that. Get myself a van, chuck it in, go on some big adventures, you know. So there we go.